Greetings and welcome to TiU Radio, theinfounderground.com. Today's date is Saturday, 16th of May in the year 2009. I'm your host Ognir, and I'm joined directly by none other than Bradford Smith from IamTheWitness.com. Evening, Daryl.
Hey, Noel, how are you? It's nice to be back on your show as usual. We got a lot to share with the people, and it's a great place to do it with you. Yeah,
I see you've been busy on your website there. A lot of new articles there. I was picking up one there that we discussed about this joint Republican-Democrat letter that was sent to President Obama to kind of persuade him that the negotiations required in the Middle East were blah, 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 blah. But they made a mistake, Daryl, and it was sent directly from AIPAC. This week we've had a meeting of 6,000 lunatics, 50%, over 50% of the Congress and the Senate present at the AIPAC annual general meeting, where they come up with their evil plans and their different notions of what they're going to do for pro-Israeli interests in the next year. War with Iran seems to be a good one. Lots of military spending selling to both sides in Sri Lanka, in Pakistan, in Afghanistan. Mossad are very active. What do you make of this?
Well, you forgot to add in there how to stop TiU Radio and the French Connection.
Well, you know, they try as we must, Darryl, and that's what we're up to, trying to get the word out here. Darryl, we'll get back to Washington. Let's get back to, I've been trying to get the second interview with Cynthia. It's ongoing, it's coming, only a question of timing. She's a busy lady, travel and whatever. We have a particular article by Tex Mars that appeared without naming Burmas, mini-me, a little mini Alex Jones. We had Rense getting kicked off Garbage Can Network. It was interesting that I was reading on your site there before going on that the Jones Forum and these insane people over there are pushing on this, or pulling and kicking with anti-Semitism to any criticism of Israel or Alex Jones or the Arabs own Hollywood or you know, Israel had no part in 9/11, and there's something going on, Darryl.
There absolutely is, and you know, while I've known for 5 years Alex Jones was not telling the truth, and in fact was an obfuscator for Jewish interests, and as I looked into his affiliations and his sponsorship and his declarations, always leading you away from Zionist crimes, it was very clear to me that the guy was working for somebody in the background. There was a hand around his neck, or he was a willing participant with somebody. And so, you know, one of the things, it was only a matter of time that people started looking at our facts, the facts that TiU Radio and French Connection puts out, that they would come to the conclusion that Zionist power is behind our problems and that Jones would be called on it. Now, that has happened. It happened with Rense, and I'll get into why I have problems with Rense in himself, but the fact is it brought it to a head, and the issue became a hot-button issue, and right now what we need to do is put the proof in front of people and say, look, we've got the evidence. We've been doing the pure play research, Noel. You and I put out the pure stuff. If, you know, we make some mistakes, of course. You know, look, I don't have a research staff. All I got over here is my ability to dig through and sift through information. But the fact is, we've nailed it 99.9% every time, and we do it without apology. Whereas Jones, it seems, is either doing it now to get on ABC, which I don't think that's the reason, although I think that's why he's getting so virulent about his defense of Zionism. He wants to get on this mainstream XM radio and get his national audience. But the fact of the matter is he was doing this stuff before that.
Darryl, you know, if traitor Cheney, this torturer, if he does actually run for the presidency in 2012 and he wants to run alongside Rush Limbaugh, that would leave a big opening for Alex. I mean, he could fill in for Rush Limbaugh, no problem. You just have to take a few more of them little tablets that Rush takes. But this could be a nice manoeuvring move that Hollywood Jones is on his way.
Well, it looks like they're talking about this bird flu and stuff. Well, they've been mixing the genetics of foghorn leghorn with Jabba the Hutt, and what happens is you get Alex Jones.
Yeah, well, now I'd just like to read one thing from the top of your site, imthewitness.com, that you've had up there for, I think it's a very telling couple of words, which is all truths pass through three stages. First, it is ridiculed. Secondly, it is violently opposed. And thirdly, it is accepted as being self-evident. I think a lot of these Jones fans, and I mean that's a big forum he has, are in stage two, where they're they're violently opposing what's obvious.
It's evident to a great swath of the Patriot movement, and I hate using that term, but the world's Patriot movement. I mean, and I give credit to the world as being patriotic for freedom. I mean, I don't care if you're from Sweden or Russia or Canada, it doesn't matter. You want to live free. The fact is, you are a patriot to have freedom in your life. But Alex Jones is getting poised here to be the big spokesperson on mainstream radio, and so of course there's going to be a battle with his supporters. Now, what I said the other night on a show, I don't know who I was with. I think it was Rafik. Look, Alex Jones will bring you 90% of the way. He talks about NAFTA and the taxation and the taser weapons, and he does all of the stuff. He does a very thorough job of telling you all of the problems. Many of the times he tells you to frighten you. He try to get you scared in your house, shaking and cowering. But where he is effective is in the final point of his discussion, he veers you away from who did it. That's his role, to veer you away from the criminal culprits that we need to be focusing on. And I must say to you, he does a very good job of it, but people are catching on finally. It takes a long time for people to suspend their disbelief, and this guy's got a personality cult built around him. So you've got to knock away the rose-colored glasses of the Jonesites. It's like Jonestown. They're a bunch of Kool-Aid drinkers. And finally, when they do that, they see the truth. It's like they live. Oh boy, wow! Look, it's Zionist, man. And how many times, Noel, in your couple of years of doing 3-4 years of fighting this, have you heard people say, "Well, I started out with Alex Jones, but I ended up not feeling good about his information, and I woke up to deeper issues." I've heard that 1,000 times if I've heard it once.
Yeah, absolutely. I can verify that. Listen, Dar, tell us a little about this guy, Martin Hill. He comes from a forum called libertyfight.com, and this guy has started to look into the so-called Patriot movement, and I think he's fairly new to it, Darrell. You can correct me if I'm wrong. And he came in over this, electrocuting the testicles of people that mentioned that some religious sect apparently owned the government, apparently owned the media, apparently owned the banking system, and we have Mini-Me, Alex Jones, Garbage Can Network putting out this nonsense. And this guy is coming in with he doesn't have, he's coming in and just kind of observing it from a neutral. I don't know whether he's a neutral. You probably know a little bit more about him than I do. But this guy is spotting the very obviousness of this Jones myth.
Well, Martin has sent me an email, and he had a very valid point on my website, which I'll bring up first before I talk about Martin. He asked me what the heck I was doing with a crazy bug, crazier than a shithouse rat, is what he wrote. Huffschmidt on my website, and I had to apologize to him. I said, well, most of the stuff Huffschmidt put up on my website has been removed. However, there's some back pages where some of the articles he's put up are still authored by him, and I do want to do a house cleaning of all his nonsense, because the guy is as crazy as a crap house rat, no doubt about it. But I returned the email he wrote me, and I told him, I said, look, the facts that he's bringing forward have been known to me for years. However, that we have a new opportunity here to point it out to more people, because we're getting a new wave, or several new waves